That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. I'm gonna, you know what? I gotta mute this epic music. I mean, it's so epic, but I mean, we gotta mute it anyway because it's way too damn loud. Sounds like music from the Terminator. That's right, Onyx Bills Mafia, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let me know, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know if the music from the show is too loud or you want it louder or whatever. It went from epic music to like Fable. La 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 la. Listen, folks, we're gonna be doing XNC tonight. Hold on, I gotta mute this bloody thing. Jesus Christ. God damn it. What's wrong with that guy? That's unusual, Paul, because I definitely am on my main mic. Main mic. All right, I'll put it back on. I was just trying to mute it a little bit. It was just too damn loud. El Nini, I mean, what are you supposed to do? Voyager, how you doing? Dan Stevens is in the house. Monkey versus Tramps. What a great name. Fantastic. No, I'm on my regular mic there, Cerebral Paul. Maybe you need to clean your ears out. All right, I'm going to put this thing back on in about a minute or so, just because it was just a little bit interrupting in the background. So, you know, it is what it's going to be. But either way, we're here, we're live, we're going to do this whole thing. We're going to talk about this. I can't wait to see what these nominees are going to be. And the fallout from it is always going to be something epic. You know that, folks. You know it's going to be an epic fallout when, you know, fill in the blank for whatever, you know, that person's favorite game of the year is, or a group of people's favorite game of the year, and it doesn't get nominated or something gets snubbed. It's going to be full of controversy, you know. Going to be full of controversy, as you would well imagine. But either way, we are here. We got a minute left, so you know what? I'm going to put that sound back on. Dun, 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 dun. Now, it could just be a little bit loud because the music is playing. Like, we have to wait till, like, Keeley starts talking, or... Monkey vs. Tramps, I'm 50-50 on a Steam machine. I have no real need for it. All right, I'm going to lower it down just a little bit. It's a little ridiculous. Jeff Keighley's got, like, the London Symphony Philharmonic blasting in the background. Well, anyways, doesn't matter. We are here. We're going to talk about this. Oh, yeah, so what I was going to say before this even starts. So tonight we're going to be doing XNC as per usual. Tomorrow, normally I do MAGGCASTs on Tuesday. I know the last couple of weeks have been hairy because I've been so busy. However, what we are going to be doing is I'm going to be doing a MAGGCAST today, right now, as we're doing this live reaction. I'm away for 3 days. I'm going to Great Wolf Lodge with the family. That's our yearly thing that we do. So Tuesday, Wednesday, I will be out of town. I'll be back in Niagara Falls, even though I was just there last week. And then I will be doing another MAGGCAST on Thursday night at 8:45. See Fresh, I'm not sure, brother. I didn't see any list. However, if you guys stick around till later in the show, I'll let you guys in on some secrets I found out about. Tell all your friends to come to the MAGGCAST, and I'll tell you something that very few people know about. Okay, here we go, folks. 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go! What is this ass trash? Is this guy serious? It went down to 1 second, now it's back up to 10. What just happened? It's like glitching out. Yeah! What? Okay, did you guys see that? Tell me you saw that. Tell me you saw that. It went from 1 second to 10 minutes to 10.5 minutes to 16 minutes. What the hell just happened? I'm live on the channel. This is it.
.com.
The frig?
Should we do it? Here's the first category. For Best Performance, the nominees are
Here we go.
Ben Starr for Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
All right.
Charlie Cox for Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
He said Cox.
Erika Ishii for Ghost of Yote. Jennifer English for Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Konatsu Kato for Silent Hill F. And Troy Baker for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Wow. What is happening?
Marvel Rivals and No Man's
Jeez.
Sky. For Best Mobile Game,
Glitchy
nominees
much?
are
Jesus
Destiny
Christ.
Rising,
Keeley?
Persona 5, The Phantom X, Sonic Rumble, Uma Masume, Pretty Derby,
All right.
and Wuthering Waves. This year's nominees for Best Art Direction are Claire Obscure, Expedition
All right.
33.
That's 2 for you,
Death
Danny
Stranding
Passion.
2, On the Beach, Ghost of Yote,
All right.
Hades 2, and Hollow Knight Silk Song.
All right. Nothing out of the
Best Score
ordinary
Music,
so far.
Leveled up by Spotify. The nominees are Christopher Larkin for Hollow Knight Silk Song.
All right.
Darren Korb for Hades 2.
Okay.
Lorian Testar for Claire Obscure.
There you go, that's
Expedition
3, Danny.
33. Toma Otoa for Ghost of Yote. And Woodkid and Ludwig Forsell for Death Stranding 2 On the Beach. The Best Audio Design nominees are
All right, here we go.
Battlefield 6.
Yep.
Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
There's your 4.
Death Stranding 2 On the Beach, Ghost of Yote, and Silent Hill F.
All right.
Best Adaptation was added to the Game Awards in 2022 to recognize an outstanding show, movie, or other creative work inspired by and
He is a
based on the
handsome man.
established video game world. Here are this year's nominees for Best Adaptation. A Minecraft movie.
Okay,
Devil
fair.
May Cry.
Devil May Cry, I didn't even know that was a
Death
thing.
Watch, The Last of Us Season 2.
Boo!
And Until Dawn. For Best Narrative, the outstanding nominees are
I'm
Claire
gonna be a
Obscure
dad?
Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, On
All
the
right.
Beach, Ghost of Yote,
On the
Kingdom
beach.
Come Deliverance 2,
Wow.
Silent Hill F.
All right.
Best Community Support celebrates game developers who continually and transparently engage, support, and respond.
Oh, C Fresh, you're right, dude. Hey, Iron Storm, how's it going, buddy? Seth Monster, how are you? Explore the
Baldur's Gate 3,
infinite.
Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky.
All right.
Your nominees for Games for Impact are
What does that
Consume
mean?
Me, Despelote, Lost Records Bloom and Rage, South of Midnight, and Wonderstop.
South of Midnight, you got one.
Best Multiplayer. The nominees are Arc Raiders.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna win. Battlefield
Elden Ring
6.
Night Rain, Peak, and Split Fiction.
I
Best
didn't see Call of
Independent
Duty.
Game celebrates games with a high degree of risk tolerance, produced outside the traditional
High
publisher
risk
system.
tolerance?
Those
Sounds like me when I'm
nominees
drinking.
are Absolem, Ball Pit, Blueprints, Claire Obscure, Expedition 33,
Ooh, that's gonna be a tough
Hades 2,
category.
and Hollow Knight Silk Song.
That's
Best
gonna be a
Indie
tough
Indie
one,
Game
folks.
Recognizes a development team that hasn't won a game award before. In fact, these teams published their first game this year. The nominees are Blueprints, Claire Obscure Expedition 33,
All right.
Despelote, Dispatch, and Megabonk. For Best VR
Megabonk.
AR game, the
I've done that to a
nominees
few
are
ladies over the years.
Alien Rogue Incursion, Ark Age, Ghost Town, Marvel's Deadpool VR, and The Midnight Walk.
All right.
For Content Creator of the Year, the nominees
The Mag,
are
the Mag, the Mag,
Pedro,
the Mag Show.
Kai Cenat,
The Mag
Moist
Show.
Critical, Sakura Miko,
Moist Critical?
and
What a
The
stupid
Burnt
name.
Peanut.
The Burnt Peanut? Where's the Mag Show?
Looking forward to what's next, and don't worry, we'll have lots of games to announce for you on December 11th.
Oh, I'm
What's
sure.
the most anticipated upcoming game? Here are the nominees based on currently announced
Ooh,
titles.
Grand Theft Auto 6.
007 First Light,
Resident
Grand
Evil.
Theft Auto 6, Marvel's Wolverine,
Yes.
Resident
Yes.
Evil Requiem, and The Witcher 4.
The Witcher 4 is not
Best
coming out
action
next
adventure
year.
game nominees are Death Stranding 2 On the Beach.
I wouldn't call that an
Ghost of
action
Yote,
game. Yes.
Hollow Knight Silk Song.
No.
Indiana Jones and the Great
No,
Circle.
I'm gonna
and
say-
Split Fiction. For best
Ooh,
role
tough
play,
category,
jury
folks.
Selected: Avowed, Claire Obscure Expedition 33,
Top gamer.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Monster Hunter Wilds, and The Outer Worlds 2.
Okay.
In the category of Best
There
Fighting
you go.
Game, the nominees are 2XKO, Capcom Fighting Collection 2, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, and Virtua Fighter 5 Revo World Stage. The nominees for Best Action Game are Battlefield 6.
Yes!
Doom the Dark Ages.
Not so-
Hades 2,
meh.
Ninja Gaiden 4.
All right.
And Shinobi Art of
Really?
Innovation and accessibility.
That's gonna go to
celebrates
Battlefield
games that are
6.
making our
It's got it.
industry available and enjoyable to more people.
What's up, True
Nominees
Serum?
for innovation and
Amish?
accessibility are
Assassin's Creed Shadows, Atomfall, Doom the
Hey,
Dark
Cerebral
Ages,
Paul, there's your
EA
category, buddy.
Sports FC 26, and
They should have you like, hey, Sell the Midnight Gets
Next up,
too.
Best
Nice.
Family Game. The nominees are Donkey Kong Bonanza.
That'll win, hands
Lego
down.
Party,
That'll win.
Lego Voyager,
Not even a
Mario
question,
Kart
folks.
World, Sonic
Nah.
Racing Cross Worlds, and Split Fiction.
Nah, it'll be Donkey Kong.
Best
Split
Sim
Fiction's gonna get the
strategy
short
game
end of the stick, even though it's a
nominees
fantastic
are
game.
The Alters, Final Fantasy Tactics.
I'm not saying
Evil's
Doom was bad. I'm
Chronicles,
saying compared to
Jurassic World
Battlefield, come
Evolution
on.
3, Sid Meier's Civilization 7.
All right.
Tempest Rising.
Okay.
And 2 Point Museum. These
Okay.
games are nominated for Best Sports Racing Game. EA Sports FC 26.
Yo, EG, what's
F1
up?
25.
We're doing
Mario
the
Kart
awards
World,
nominations here.
Rematch, and Sonic Racing Cross Worlds.
now the nominees in our 3 esports categories, starting with
Best Esports Game.
All right.
The nominees are Counter-Strike 2. Dota
Let
2,
that game go
League of
already.
Legends, Mobile Legends Bang Bang, and Valorant. The nominees for Best Esports Athlete are
Hey, Leslie, how you doing, buddy?
Rock, Chovy, Forsaken,
The Mag.
Mena RD,
The Mag.
and Zywu.
The Mag.
And for Best Esports Team,
The
our
Mag.
Special Esports Committee nominated these teams.
Mag and Colt Eastwood.
Gen G League of Legends, NRG Valorant, Team Falcons Dota 2, Team Liquid PH Mobile Legends
Mag
Bang
and Colt.
Bang, and Team Vitality Counter-Strike 2.
Okay, we're almost done, but there
Uh-oh.
are still 2 very important
Sabina.
categories to go. First,
Buck
Best
Roger.
Game Direction recognizes outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. The nominees are
I know, Buck
Player
Roger. It's been a
Obscure
wild couple of
Expedition
weeks, brother.
33, Death Stranding 2 On the Beach,
Okay.
Ghost of Yote,
All right.
Hades 2, and Split Fiction.
Ooh, that might go to Split Fiction
Now
or
it's
Ghost
the
of
big
Yote.
one. GOTY, Game of the Year, recognizing
Oh,
the game
shit,
that
here we
delivers
go.
the absolute best experience to players across all creative and technical fields. For this year's awards, our global TGA jury has selected the following 6
Oh, I got goosebumps.
nominees
Here we go.
for Game of the Year.
Holy crap. Here we go.
Player Obscure
Oh, well, okay.
Expedition
Obvious one.
33
Obvious.
from
Obvious.
Sandfall Interactive.
All right.
Death Stranding
Yep.
2.
All right.
On the Beach from Kojima
On the
Productions.
beach.
Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Okay,
From
yep.
Nintendo. Hades 2 from
That
Supergiant
is a little
Games.
surprising.
Hollow Knight Silksong
That's
from
2 like
Team
smaller
Cherry.
titles. Wow.
And Kingdom Come Deliverance 2
Whoa.
for Horse Studios.
There you have it. your
No Ghost of
nominees for
Yote.
Game
Holy
of the Year.
shit.
And now that those are official, you can anticipate Lauren Bell.
Thank you, Buck
Game
Roger. I
Awards
appreciate it, buddy.
Orchestra, playing their themes as part
Joe
of our musical
Dunmore is in the
Split
chat. How you
nominees
doing,
live
Joe
on
Dunmore?
December 11th. But before that, we need your help to decide which nominees become the winners. Make sure to head to thegameawards.com to cast your ballot. And new this year, download your vote card so you can share your picks on social media. There is still one
Destructo.
more category where the nominees have yet to be revealed. Player's Voice, where fans 100% select the winner from 30 nominees. We'll announce those nominees on Monday, December 1st, so set a reminder on the website if you want to be alerted. The winners in all categories will be revealed live during TGA when it streams globally on Thursday, December 11th.
Wow.
Starting with opening act at 4:30 p.m. Pacific, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 12:30 a.m. GMT at thegameawards.com.
All right.
And live across every major video and social platform out there. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you live on Thursday, December 11th.
Wow.
Celebrate the
I
best
am shocked.
See what's next in video games.
I am shocked, ladies and gentlemen. I am shocked. But either way, that was fantastic. All right, let's close this window out, man. Let's close that window out. Let's get some music on in here. We're gonna get some music on in here, and then we're gonna keep talking. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what'd you guys think of that? Listen, man, I gotta tell you, I'm a little shocked. The funny thing is, with the Game of the Year nominations that they just announced, none of them were from Xbox or PlayStation. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Okay, Amish, fair enough. Oh, Destructo, I'm a little shocked. I figured there'd be like at least one from each category. You know what I mean? All right, we're getting some, let's see what the chat's talking about here. Saying Ghost is a good game, but nothing new. No, fair enough. Why are you shocked? I'm a little shocked because usually a PlayStation game makes it in there. But it didn't this year. Avowed was on there. No, I mean for Game of the Year. I'm talking about Game of the Year specifically. I mean, it looks like there was a lot of, well, I guess you can sort of say Death Stranding. Yeah, Joe Dunmore saying the Death Stranding glaze is real. Oh, man, that was wild. Buck Roger, you are 100% correct. That is going to happen. And people are going to argue and fight about that. And I can tell you right now, mark my words, and I'm telling you this right now. The next, 3 weeks? The next 3 weeks is going to be, you've heard it here first, folks. The next 3 weeks is going to be all about the fanboys, and I mean the toxic fanboys, not normal people like us. I mean, we're not normal, but we're awesome people. But you know what I'm saying. Yeah, Mag in the Morning. Yeah, great title. Mark my words that the toxic fanboys from both sides are going to be arguing about, and I mean both sides, I mean Xbox and PlayStation fanboys, are going to be arguing about, is Death Stranding 2 a PlayStation title or not? I'm telling you right now, that is 100% happening. That is 100% going to be happening. It's going to start in 3, 2, 1. Right now, go to Twitter. Go to Twitter right now. Go to Twitter right now, and I'm telling you right now, the arguments are going to be all about if Death Stranding 2 is considered a PlayStation title or not. You're going to have the Xbox guys say no. You're going to have the PlayStation guys say yes. And they're going to be... And they're going to be arguing for weeks. It's just like, this is an Xbox, this isn't an Xbox, whatever the frig people are talking about. I'm telling you right now, that's exactly what's going down. Hey, kid, how's it going, buddy? Clone Solo. No. Ion Storm, the partner program is all you, dude. If you're going to go live on that, go ahead, because I'm still going to be on my way home from Great Wolf Lodge in Niagara Falls. So I will be busy. I will be doing MAGCAST that night, but it won't be till 8:45 p.m. as per normal. So I'll be doing that. But anyways, hey, we got Leslie dropping a $10 super chat. Thank you, brother. All right. Thank you, Leslie, very much. And he says, am I the only one more excited for the last announcement of the show than Game of the Year winner? Am I only one more excited for the last announcement of the show than the Game of the Year? Oh, you talking about like the, I know what you're talking about. Yes. Then the Game of the Year winner? Yeah, when they do the one more thing, yeah, the one last thing or whatever the heck it is. That's where you may see something. I don't know, who the heck knows. Hey, Darth Squirrel, what's going on? And we got Amish AI. Thank you so much, brother. He's dropping 20 Swedish krona, if I'm not mistaken. Norwegian krona, excuse me. I said Swedish, Norwegian. Most Game of the Year nominations have Game Pass. Well, shit. I'm going to have to go back and look at that list again. Is that true? I mean, I know Expedition was in there. Obviously, Death Stranding 2 was not. Kingdom Come Deliverance was not. Was Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 in there? Thank you very much, Amish. I appreciate that, brother. The Doctor is in the house. What's going on, Doctor? How you doing, buddy? There we go. Here, Doctor, I got something for you. Bagondor! Maybe I'll go live from Great Wolf Lodge. You never know. If something really big happens, but I did promise you guys a little bit of a tidbit of an information, which I'm not supposed to tell you, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Yes, Kit, a mag holiday special is in the works. Listen, folks, I've already got the music and everything set up. Listen to this. Listen to this stuff. I'll be stoned for Christmas. See, I've already got my sound bites ready. Listen to this one.
We're going to have the happiest Christmas since Bing Crosby tap danced with Danny fucking Kaye. And when Santa squeezes his fat white ass down that chimney tonight, he's gonna find the jolliest bunch of assholes this side of the nut house.
There you go. And I got another one here.
Merry Christmas, motherfucker.
Woo! Oh, don't worry, I'm not gonna be playing that song. Don't worry. I cut it off. Hey, Street, how's it going? Hey, Doctor, what are you laughing at, Doctor? You just my funny little sound clips. Yes, I will be doing a holiday special without question. And I can tell you right now, I don't know when exactly I'm going to do it. Obviously, very close to Christmas. I am going to do a show, and I don't know how long the show is going to be, whether it's 3 hours, 4 hours, whatever the hell it's going to be. It's going to be a long-ass show. I'll do that. But I'll tell you this. I'm going to be doing it as 100% of all donations that go to the channel that day, that night, on that specific show, all of it I will be giving to a very specific children's charity. And the only reason why I'm bringing that up, and not that I'm going to be, I don't have to go into too much detail, but my cousin, it's been a while now. He passed away at 19 years old, and he had degenerative diseases and was severely handicapped, and he died in a children's hospital, but it's not really a hospital. It's like one of those hospice buildings, and it's called Emily's House. And the reason why it's called Emily is because the man who created the place, his daughter Emily had passed away, same thing and whatever. So I don't want to get into really dark subject here, but I'm just telling you about the Christmas show that's going to be coming up, or holiday show going to be coming up in about a month. And my cousin Matthew passed away in that building, Emily's House, in downtown Toronto. And they also built like rooms on the side so that the family can stay there and sleep overnight with the children and all that stuff. So instead of giving it to like some giant corporation or like even Sick Kids Hospital, who does wonderful work and all that stuff, I am going to make sure that every single penny that's donated to that show that night, and including myself, I'm going to be donating as well, at least $100 myself. Every single penny of that will be going to Emily's House. I will show everybody the proof of all that. I'll be doing that, right, and doing a check and then giving it and donating that directly to Emily's House for Christmas. So that will be coming up in about a month or so. Yeah. Thank you, Iron Storm. I know, Meat Puppet, I know it's illegal to play Christmas music before Thanksgiving. Okay, guys, chat. Let's talk, man. Let's talk. What did you guys think of I mean, there wasn't anything too shocking in those nominations. Let's face it. There was nothing too shocking. I mean, but I'll tell you one thing. The one game that did shock me a little bit, though, was Hades. I did not expect Hades to get as much love as it got. That was a little bit surprising. I know some people are going to be like, Mag, what the hell are you talking about? That's crazy. Of course it was going to get nominated. Yes, I understand it was going to get nominated. But I didn't think it was going to get that many. I didn't think it was going to get that many nominations. I'm a little surprised by it. However, I got to go play it. I got to go play the game. And I see that the GameAwards.com is actually starting to upload all their nominations. So, we'll see what's going on there. You see, like, C Fresh is just saying the same thing. Hey, Nariko, how's it going, buddy? C Fresh is saying the same thing. He goes, I've never seen anyone talk about Hades 2. That is actually, I can't argue that. I can't argue that. I can't argue that because I didn't actually really see much about it either. I knew it came out, obviously, but I mean, I didn't see anything else about it. However, you know what I'm super happy about? And I'll tell you this, guys, because I'm all about the underdog. I'm all about the underdog. South of Midnight got 2 nominations this year. That is exciting. Like, that's great. That's great because I have stood there all year long. As much shit as I give Xbox, and I do. Oh, trust me. And there's more coming. Don't worry about it. Don't worry, folks. It's not over. Don't worry. They're going to be getting all kinds of smoke from me. That's usually what they do. However, I stood firm. First of all, I gave Doom the Dark Ages a good score when I did the review on the game, right? And, but the thing is, I stood firm saying that I think that, I know it sounds crazy. Everybody brace yourselves. Make sure you're sitting down. I still think that South of Midnight is the best Xbox game they released this year. All right? Hey, you know what? Fire me. I don't care.
Yeah! Fire!
Go ahead. Fire me. I'm just telling you, I think that South of Midnight was the best Xbox game this year. People are going to crucify... People crucify me anyway. Let's face it. But I think that at the end of the day, it still was I thought it was the most enjoyable game I got my hands on. Now, to be fair, I have not played Outer Worlds 2 yet. I have not played Outer Worlds 2 yet. When I get to that, now the thing is, let's face it, there's bias in everybody. Okay? We understand that. I understand that. You guys understand that. There's bias in everything. But I'm telling you right now, because I played the first Outer Worlds and I did not like it. And unfortunately, as human beings, what we do is that we tend to, associate something new with something that we've already experienced in the past. And that being the case, I found that I did not like the Outer Worlds 1. And of course, what does your mind do? Your mind immediately says, you know what, Mag? You didn't like the first one, you're not going to like the second one. That's not fair, but I'm just telling you that's what the brain does. Oh my goodness, look at this. We got some fresh faces in the house. We got Alexander Maholt Matheson. Hey, Mag, lots of love from Norway, dude. Hey, listen, thank you so much, brother. And lots of love from Canada, my friend. And by the way, I just like to point it out. Did Italy lose to Norway yesterday? Is that what happened? Doctor, help me out. It was. Norway, you're about to knock my team out of the World Cup. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's unbelievable how some of these websites, I don't know how the hell they type so fast. Like, these websites already have it, like, all the nominations in each category. I mean, maybe they got the news ahead of time and they just weren't allowed to say it. But, like, they got it all worked out here. Now here's one I want to ask you guys. Yeah, I know. Hey, Alexander, there we go. There, I know. And we're going to talk about that game in a second. Darth Squirrel, and he is dropping. He is dropping 10 pounds in the chat. That is proper money, ladies and gentlemen. British pounds is the only proper currency on this entire planet. Thank you so much, Darth Squirrel. You are amazing. And he says, I will be doing other things over the next month. Here is a donation towards the charity. Oh, my goodness. Now, peace, love, and jelly babies. Thank you so much, brother. I will 100% make sure. In fact, I'm going to take a picture of it right now. Because I'll forget. I am going to 100% take that 10 pounds that you just gave, and I'm going to make sure that goes towards the charity of Christmas. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that. I will announce that show whenever I get to it. I don't know. It's going to be at least probably the week leading up to Christmas, somewhere in there between like Christmas and Hanukkah area. So probably like the third week of December, I will be doing that show. But I will obviously give a lot of time in advance and that kind of thing, whatever, right? So we shall see. Now, I have a question for everybody. Hager got 2 goals. God damn it, Doctor. Can you stop reminding me about that? You know what? If Italy doesn't make it to the World Cup, they only did it to themselves. You can't blame Norway. Can't blame Norway. It's their own fault. And now we're basking in hell.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
Yeah, that's right. You know what Norway just did to us? This.
You shall not pass!
That's right. You shall not pass, Italy. You deserve it. If you don't make it to the World Cup, you absolutely deserve it. Just like how the Blue Jays absolutely did not deserve to win the World Series. You know why? The LA Dodgers did not win the World Series. The Blue Jays just didn't win. That's all it was. They had the bases loaded twice in 2 friggin' innings with 1 out and 0 outs respectively. Sorry, 0 outs and then 1 out respectively. They did it to themselves. And they deserve to lose. Cerebral Paul, your birthday's December 18th. What are you turning, 78? 79? How old are you turning these days, buddy? Oh, my God. Lost in Italy. Yeah, I know, Amish. What a disgrace. What a disgrace. They deserve it. I know, brother. Hey, Darth Squirrel just said it. He says, no problem, man. Too many in need in the world. Tell me about it, man. Tell me about it. It's wild. It's wild out there. You know, the thing is, too, is that at the end of the day, and then, of course, the doctor's got to put the score in the chat. 4-1 Norway. Hey, you know what, Norway? Congratulations. You guys deserve it. The Blue Jays cope. Listen, explore the infinite. Listen, man, they had the bases loaded with no outs and they couldn't score. That's their own fault. The Dodgers the Dodgers did stop it. But just, they got in their own way. Alexander saying Italy had to win 8-0 to get through. Now they have to do a playoff instead. Yeah. And if they don't make it, then they absolutely deserve it. I want to ask you guys something. Danny Passion is busting my balls.
Yeah!
And he sends in a $2 super chat. He says, Mag, you haven't finished Expedition 33. I know. You literally sent me, not that I'm complaining, but you literally sent me a super chat last Thursday saying the exact same thing. Dude, I'm not a circus monkey. I can't just jump through the hoops the minute you say it. But Danny Passion, I will get back to it. I'm about 3/4 through the game. And then I got distracted, as I told you guys before. Yeah, everybody's going to say, oh, here comes Mag with the copium. You know, I'm like, or the excuses. No. Listen, I started reviewing 3 games at the same time that I was playing Expedition 33. But when I was playing Expedition 33, I was mesmerized. However, when I had to review those games, they had to be done in a timely manner. As a result of that, Danny Passion... As a result of that, I wasn't able to go back to it, and then all of a sudden the summer came, and then then things just kind of fell apart, and then that was that. Emperor Hound is in the chat. How you doing, buddy? That's what's up. He gets a Silent Hill horn. And speaking of Silent Hill horn, Silent Hill F got quite a few award nominations. That was something else, man. There you go. There's a Silent Hill horn just for you. Just for Emperor Hound joining the chat. Danny Passion is saying that Expedition 33 is close to being the best game of the generation. 20 years from now, people would still be talking about it. Yes. Yes. And here comes Brandon Christensen. Here's another one. He's getting right in on, he goes, excuses. Listen, man, I'll get back to it, okay? But, listen, the kind of year that we've had already, in 2025, how the hell can you keep up with everything that's come out this year? It has been a stunningly outstanding year. Is that even like a good phrase to use? It has been an incredible year. Okay, so I want to talk about a couple of things here. Explore the Infinite? I don't think so. No, I don't think that Xbox is going to reveal the hardware at the Game Awards. You're still looking at fall 2027. My guess would be that you're going to see a reveal of that product maybe at the Game Awards of 2026, a year from now. Viper XT he's saying surprised that South of Midnight wasn't nominated for art direction. Yeah, I'm going to have to look into it and see which games it was. But now, here's the thing. This is an important one, and this is something that I'm all about. I know, Darth Squirrel, what the hell, eh? 50 watching, 20 likes. Well, I had more than 50 people watching at one point, so it was great. But I didn't expect a lot of people to come out, but this is actually quite surprising. It's quite surprising. Thank you guys for all the support. I really appreciate it. Because everybody and their mothers is streaming right now. You know what I mean? About this whole Game Awards thing. So I'm like, I got no chance in hell. But I still got people coming out here. So I'm super happy about that. I want to talk about the best performance category. That's an interesting one. Because for me, I attune a lot of game popularity, especially narrative games and stuff like that. A lot of it is based on performance, and to me that's a very important category. And the reason why is because when you're watching that actor or actress on the stage, on the screen doing their thing, that performance is what is going to connect you to the game, right? Just like a movie, just like anything else, it's very important. But in a video game, it's actually even more important because yes, it's something that's a lot more interactive than just sitting on your couch and watching somebody perform. This is sort of goes hand in hand with the gameplay itself. So when you have a standout performance that brings somebody in, let's just say that the gameplay isn't the best. Okay, let's say the controls are kind of clunky or whatever, and then you get in a situation like that, and then you have a fantastic performance. It actually elevates your experience in the video game. Let me give you an example. I'm going to give you an example right now. Like for example, Red Dead Redemption 2. When I first played it, when it first came out, I played it on the Xbox One X when it came out. And I thought that the controls were clunky, 30 FPS, even just the little, all the details were wonderful and all that. But I mean, at the same time, there was still a lot of clunkiness to the game. But the performances of those actors and actresses is what elevated that, and of course the attention to detail and the gorgeous graphics. But I'm just saying, those performances kept you engaged, and that's why when it comes to these Game Awards, some of the biggest one of the biggest categories for me personally is best performance. And so I want to go through that right now. We got Clara, we got Expedition 33, we got Mayel, that's Jennifer English. She plays Mayel. You got Ben Starr, who played Verso from Expedition 33. That's unbelievable. You got Charlie Cox, Gustav, from Expedition 33. That's 3 people from the same game. That is an unprecedented situation. Alexander, no, there wasn't really bullshit nominations this year. They're all pretty on par of what we would expect to see. Thank you, Monkey vs. Tramps. He's saying I have character. I try my best, my friend. I try my best. Cerebral Paul, the only reason why Red Dead Redemption 2 is your number 1 game of all time is because you're a Brokeback Mountain fan. But I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. That was all, Paul. I get a rare achievement for that one. All right. That is an unprecedented situation. So now getting back to Danny Passion's super chat there. You think about that. You've got 3 nominations in the same category for the same game. That's got to be an unprecedented situation. 3 performers got best performance nominations. So I would think that just by default, I know, Paul, I'm just busting your balls. Is that by default, I think even by simple mathematics, 3 out of the 5 people that are nominated, 6, 3 out of the 6. So basically half. Not basically, it is half. Jesus Christ. Are Expedition 33. You can almost guarantee that one of them is going to win. The thing is, which one of those 3? Now, the other ones in that category, you've got, what's her name there? Erica from Ghost of Yotei, who plays Atsu. She did good. I'm enjoying her performance thus far. I'm about, I'd say I'm about 40 hours into Ghost of Yotei, and she's doing a great job. Especially when it gets to like the emotional stuff and whatever else. And it's good. It's good. It's nothing like beyond outstanding, but it is very good. I think the music from Ghost of Yotei should win something. I mean, it's fantastic. And then also in that category, we've got who I met in person, Troy Baker, for Indiana Jones. He also did a great job. I mean, the fact that he was able to like essentially mimic Harrison Ford and the way he did it, even like the nuances of the speech were so well done that there were times where I literally thought it was Harrison Ford. Not all the time because, you know, like when you think about it, you're like, okay, well, you know, Harrison Ford talks like this and whatever. And then you're like, oh, no, that sounds like Troy Baker acting as Indiana Jones. But there are parts in there are some areas in there where his nuanced performance is just so intricately detailed. Like even the way he pronunciates, the way that Harrison Ford pronunciates certain syllables and words. And you're like, holy crap, that literally just sounds like Harrison Ford. So that was really good too. I'll give you that. That's really good. And then you've got Konatsu for Silent Hill F. That won't win. And it's not, I'm not like just immediately, what do you want? You see what happens when you do a podcast in the daytime? This stupid idiot shows up. Go, Gizmo, say hi to everybody. Say hi. Say hi. The Game Awards is a scam. Hey, don't say that. All right, buddy. You want to dance? Go, dance. You want to dance? He wants attention because it's the daytime and normally people aren't home. So now that I'm home, I'm going to slap his bare little ass. Get off me. He sits on me like a parrot. The only problem is he's the size of like 4 parrots. There you go. Street is saying Troy Baker's good in everything he does. Now let's get back to that. Let's get back to the best performance. Silent Hill F will not win. I mean, I played the game. I'm about halfway through it. I got to get back to streaming that, by the way. I will be doing that for the channel in when I get back from Great Wolf Lodge this week. However, the thing is, at the end of the day, it just wasn't. There wasn't really much of a standout performance there from Silent Hill F. So, best mobile game nobody cares about. Not that nobody cares about. Those things make billions of dollars, but still, it's a situation. They make a lot of money, but I'm not interested in covering any of that stuff. I know that people are like, oh, Meg, you know, you should cover more mobile stuff because you get more attention and this and that. I'm like, it's kind of like me and Nintendo. It's not that I got anything against Nintendo. I got a Switch 2 sitting right over there. I've got Donkey Kong. I've got Mario Kart World. Okay, I've got all those games. But it's just nothing. I'm not interested in talking about it. Yeah, see, Iron Storm, he goes, I got 2 cats that do the same thing when I'm recording. Now, Luna is the other hairless cat I have. She's a blue Sphinx. She doesn't bother me when I'm doing my shows. But him, Gizmo, pain in the ass. He's got to stick his nose in everything. As soon as I get on the mic, that's it. He's down here. He's like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And in fact, he's crawling around behind the monitors as we speak. I was about to say I'm gonna skin him, but like that's, you know, that's all he's got because he doesn't have any hair. Get out of there, you stupid cat. I'm gonna kill this friggin' cat. Give me a second. You little shithead. Get out of there. Get. Don't you chirp at me. Yeah. Now he's rolling around on the ground. Trying to get my attention. But get out of here. Go play with the other cat. I bought 2 of you. I bought 2 of you so you could play with each other. Pause. Someone mentioned in the chat, and this is something I wanted to bring up. Best art direction. Again. You little fart. Best art direction. We did not get South of Midnight. I think South of Midnight should have been there over Hades 2. I've seen Hades 2. I've seen the gameplay. I've seen everything else. Okay. It's just like Hades 1. You could say the same shit. It's just like when people talk about like Ghost of Yotei, like, oh, well, it's the same as the first one. I'm like, okay, cool. But what about Hades 2? Hades 2 is this. I know it's not the same game, but I mean, it kind of is. It's the same kind of vibe or whatever else. I think that they could have kept that. Like, for example, they got Clair Obscur, which is going to win. Well, I don't know. Death Stranding 2 is up there. Ghost of Yotei's in there. And then they've got Hades 2 and Silk Song. I think, personally, this is my personal choice. And whether you guys agree with me or not, let me know in the chat. I think they could have taken Hades 2 out and put South of Midnight in for best art direction. That's just me. Best score and music, that's another one I have a little bit of an issue with. I think that South of Midnight could have made it there too, man. Because they did a lot of like the Southern jazz thing and the Southern bluegrass blues and all that kind of stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like very, very good. I think that could have made it there as well, but it did not. Once again, we got Expedition 33, which had outstanding music. Hades 2, I haven't heard any of the music from there. Silk Song, I have, yeah. It was okay. Death Stranding 2 was interesting. Ghost of Yotei is there. Okay, thank goodness, because Ghost of Yotei is outstanding. The music in that game is incredible. Now, Kingdom Come Deliverance, I did not play it because I just couldn't get it. Like it's almost like the Outer Worlds situation. I played the first one for a bit, couldn't get into it, and then I'm thinking to myself, well, Mag, if you couldn't get into the first one because of the kind of game it was or whatever, what makes you think that you were going to get into the second one? So I didn't even bother playing the second one. Maybe that's fraudulent on my part. I don't know. You guys decide.
Yeah!
You know what I mean? I don't know. But to me, that was like, whatever. So I don't know any of the music from Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. However, I kind of think that South of Midnight could have got some music in there too. For best score and music, I don't know. I think that's a bit of a miss on their part. But let's face it. There's only so much you can nominate. You know what I mean? Because people are going to argue until they're blue in the face about this should have been, this should have been, this should have been, this should have been. And that's what we're going to hear till December 11th. From now till December 11th. However, at the end of the day, the thing is, you can't nominate everything. You know what I mean? It's the same thing like the Oscars and the Golden Globes and like the Grammys and all kinds of other shit. And the adult awards that I definitely don't watch. I don't watch the adult film awards. Actually, you know what's really funny? My friend actually went to it last year in Las Vegas. And I'm like, dude, you went to the adult film awards in Las Vegas and you take your wife? You don't take me? Anyways, sorry. I'm still holding a grudge about that. And it's not like he couldn't afford to fly me down. He 100% could have. And he could have taken me. Can you imagine me at the Adult Film Awards? Oh my God. Fantastic. You never see me again. I just wouldn't come home. Now, here's another interesting one. Best audio design. They got some, I mean, they got the standards in there. Expedition 33 again, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Silent Hill F. And this is the one that I think that it should win. I've played all of those games. Every single one of them. Battlefield 6 deserves it. Battlefield 6 deserves best audio design. The audio work that's done in Battlefield 6 is outstanding. Outstanding. I think it should win. That's just me. I'm not even going to bother with the best adaptation stuff like with Minecraft and Devil May Cry that I didn't even know they had a series. Splinter Cell Death Watch, didn't even know that was even a thing. Until Dawn I knew about. And then, of course, Last of Us Season 2, which was dog water. Last of Us Season 1 was good. And this has got nothing to do with the game because I still stand firm, regardless of how people feel about it. I still think, hey, Ben Angelo, how you doing, buddy? I still think that Last of Us Season 1 was outstanding, but I think Last of Us, the game, is still one of the best games I've ever played in my entire life. I adored that game. I even loved the story. I know some people rip it apart and this, oh, it's woke, it's not woke, and this, and whatever. You know what I mean? But the Season 2 of HBO, holy Christ in heaven, was that awful. I hated it. So Minecraft, I think, is going to win that one. I mean, that seems pretty obvious. Folks, give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. That friggin' cat was crawling behind my monitors, almost knocked over my camera, and then after almost knocking over my camera, goes underneath and starts farting around behind my PC. And I don't know what he was doing, rubbing his face or whatever on the wires or some shit like that. And I'm like, dude, I am going to murder you. So I grabbed him. You probably heard me say the C word. Anyways, I grabbed him and I threw him upstairs. I didn't throw him upstairs, but you know what I mean. I put him upstairs and then I locked the damn door. Fucking cat. Driving me goddamn insane. Anyways, let's get back to what we were talking about. So, narrative, not surprising. Same idea. Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Silent Hill F, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Now, this is the one that's going to be a little interesting. I personally think it's going to be up to Death Stranding 2 and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. For the people that I know who have played Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 are saying that the story and the narrative are outstanding. I know Cerebral Paul, he loves me, but he's a ball breaker. Not when I'm doing a show. You know what I mean? I think it'll be up to those two, Death Stranding 2 and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. But let's face it, you know who Keeley likes to get into bed with? It'll probably be Death Stranding 2. Games for Impact, best community support, best multiplayer. This is one interesting one too, guys. This is something we need to talk about and discuss. The best multiplayer game. Elden Ring, no. Peak, never even heard of that. Split Fiction, wonderful game. I don't consider that a multiplayer game. It's a co-op game. Does that make sense? Yeah, see, Cerebral Paul saying Kojima. Guys, I want you to let me know in the chat what you think the best multiplayer game is of this year. You tell me right now. But what I'm thinking now is that at this point you've got the two that are going to be battling it out, no pun intended, are Battlefield 6. Because like I said, Split Fiction is not a multiplayer game in my opinion. It's a co-op game and that's all there is to it. It's going to be between Arc Raiders and Battlefield 6. The reason why I think that Arc Raiders may take it from Battlefield 6 is because the aura around this game right now and when it came out. Everybody's going nuts for this game. I've played a total of about an hour and a half of it. I still have to get to it, but I'm so busy with so many other games right now. I am one trophy away, by the way, because I'm playing Battlefield 6 and Call of Duty. I'm playing them both on PlayStation because my wife wants to play them, so we game share on there, right? And I am one trophy away from the platinum on Battlefield 6. I can't put it down. It's such a fantastic game. And then I've only put about an hour and a half into Arc Raiders. But people are like, this is like Dungeons and Dragons from like 1982. Everybody is going insane for this game. It is basically becoming a cultural phenomenon. I think that Arc Raiders is going to just narrowly sneak by Battlefield 6. I can't give my personal feeling on it because I haven't put enough time into Arc Raiders to say, hey, I've put in 25 hours or 30 hours into this game. Therefore, now I can give my opinion on how I think the game is going to, whatever, right? But Battlefield 6, I got like 50, 60 hours in that game already, and I can't stop. So when I get to that point, and I know before December 11th, I most certainly will be past 25 plus hours in Arc Raiders, and then I'll have a better idea of which game I personally think is the better game. I know Noriko, man, dude, Battlefield. There's a new update coming out next week. We're going to be doing some, we'll do some live streaming with that too, with Battlefield. I'm going to be doing some more live streaming with Call of Duty at the end of this week. I can't do it now because, like I said, I'm going away tomorrow morning, and tonight I got MAGGCAST. I was going to go live last night and do some more campaign with the community. Boy, we have some fun doing that. We had so much fun. I had Literal Table on there. I had Alex on there. I had Cerebral Paul on there, myself. It doesn't matter what system, whatever else. You just come hook up with me, and your voice is on there and everything. It's great. We had a great time doing it. So we'll continue that on Friday and on. Like I said, I'm going to be away for the rest of the week. Thursday, of course, I'm going to be on... Thursday, I'm going to be doing MAGGCAST. And then Friday, we'll be back to streaming games and whatever else and having some fun. Oh, Cerebral Paul, will you need more Borderlands? Yeah, Borderlands ain't going anywhere. I told my son the same thing because he's busting my chops too. And he's saying to me, he goes, Dad, when do we get to stream some more Borderlands? I'm like, dude, the good thing about games like Borderlands, they don't really fall out of fashion. Does that make sense? Like, you could play Borderlands 3 right now, and there's still tons of people just playing it because it doesn't really go out of fashion. It doesn't really kind of fall by the wayside. It's always there. You know what I mean? And so, like, it's one of those games that you can always go back to and always find the community is always thriving in a game like that. So there's no rush on Borderlands 4. We will get back to more of that. And we got Emperor Hound in the chat. That's my boy. Thank you so much, my friend. He has become a magnificent maggot. Thank you so much, Emperor Hound. Of course, you've already been a magnificent maggot before, if I'm not mistaken. You know all the perks of becoming a channel member. And by the way, in the new year, and starting in January of 2026, the Mag will be doing giveaways to channel members. I will be giving away gift cards. I'll be giving away games. all kinds of stuff in 2026. It's going to be a great year, man. It's going to be a great year for the channel, great year for channel members, and great year for listeners and supporters of the show. So we're going to be doing all kinds of stuff. Big plans, folks. Big plans. So we'll be doing all that in the new year. Little Table was saying that was fun. Yes, it was fun. Had a great time playing that. Listen, I talked a lot of shit about Call of Duty while we were doing the live stream. And let's face it, it's not a great game. But it's so much fun. I even had a guy leave me a comment. You want to hear this? I don't want to embarrass him, but I'm going to embarrass him anyway. I'll tell you what he said. He left a comment here. Oh, Little Table saying, he goes, I had fun playing with you tonight, Mag. Mag, I'm ready when you are. Mag, only one game matters. It's Black Ops 7. It's kind of, okay. He said, it's kind of ironic, man. You say the graphics are 0 out of 10 and the game is garbage, but then in the same breath you admit it's fun. It's true. It's it's garbage. But it's fun garbage. It's fun. The shooting is great. The movement is great. The graphics are rudimentary. They look like Xbox One graphics, let's face it. Especially compared, and I there was someone in the chat actually, and he was saying to me, he goes, Mag, what is the difference? I said, do me a favor. I'm like, leave the show for 5 minutes. Okay, leave the show for 5 minutes. I go watch a clip of Battlefield multiplayer for like 2 minutes. Then take a 30-second break, and then I want you to watch 2 minutes of a clip of Call of Duty. Lo and behold, the same cat who was in my chat comes back about 5 minutes later, and he goes, "Holy shit, dude!" And he's like, "Mag, he goes, you have never been more right in your entire life." And I'm like, "Dude, I told you, man." And he goes, "It looks so bad compared to Battlefield 6, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's slop." It's Activision slop, because Black Ops 6 was a fantastic game. I loved Black Ops 6. I loved everything about it. Multiplayer, zombies was 50-50. I think that the zombies in this one is better. I think that Black Ops 7 zombies is really good. This one that came around, by the way, I already got the trophy on that. Survive to level 30. Survive to level 30 in the survival map, which is just the one area. By yourself. I did that. I also got the one where you have to like eat 15 gobblegums in one round. I did that. So the Black Ops 7 zombies is fantastic. I love it. Better than Black Ops 6. However, Black Ops 6's campaign and multiplayer infinitely superior to this shovelware that they sent out this time around. But the funny thing is, at the end of the day, it's like, and then they announced this morning, and they're like, Charlie Intel was even talking about it on Twitter, and they're like, "Hey guys, guess what? Nuketown is back." We're like, that's 7 games in a row, bro. That's 7 games in a row. I know it's fun also to go back and play those Black Ops 2 maps. You know, like, the one at the mansion, with the swimming pool and like the tiki bar and stuff. I can't remember what that was called. Raid. I think it's called Raid. Great map. I love that map. Going back to play that map, oh man, so much fun. I love that. But 7 straight games of Nuketown? Are we completely artistically bankrupt at this point, Activision? Do you not make enough fucking money? But either way, it's still fun. So my comments just drive people insane, man. They drive people insane. They're like, I could just picture them like shaking because they get so worked up that I talk shit about it. But I'm like, it's true, man. Some of my favorite movies are bad movies. You know what I'm saying? Some of my favorite movies are bad movies. Black Ops 7 is a bad video game that I'm loving. You know what I'm saying? I was about to say the F word again. It's too early in the day to talk about the F word. Mag at night, a little different. But of course, I just said it a minute ago to talk about Activision. But that was for emotional impact, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm having a blast playing Call of Duty, but I'm making no bones about it. That's not a good game. You don't like that opinion? That's totally fine, man. That's totally cool too. You may have your opinions and I may not agree with them, but that's what this channel's all about. You guys know that. You guys know that. Everybody's opinion is welcome here as long as you're courteous about it. You don't have to be an asshole about it. Be nice about it, and all your opinions matter. It doesn't matter what you say. When you say, you know, Raid hijacked an Express. Yes, I-500, yes. Little Table saying it's a staple of Black Ops. I know, bro, but like, come on, man. Make a new one. Make a new one and make it in the style of Nuketown. Just call it something else. You know what I mean? Yeah, Cerebral Paul, I agree with you. And we got Meat Puppet coming in with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you. And he says, I randomly stumbled across, I think it was an article about a game called Dark Light. And it is a side-scrolling game. It's only $20. It's $20. Dark Light. We're going to have to look into that. In fact, thank you so much, Meat Puppet. You're awesome, brother. Dark Light gameplay. We're going to have to look that up. Oh, gameplay. Okay. Oh, I see it. Okay, cool. Interesting. All right, I'm going to check it out. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. And thank you for the support, Meat Puppet. You're awesome. And Little Table drops a very unusual $2.79. That is the weirdest number super chat I have ever received in my entire life. But I love it. Thank you so much, Little Table. You're amazing, brother. And of course, thank you for joining me in Call of Duty the other night. We had such a good time. And he says Expedition 33 will win more awards than Last of Us 2 did. I agree with that statement. I think that, and someone else mentioned the chat. The chat whizzed by quick. I didn't get to see it. Thank you so much for the $2.79, brother. I appreciate that. Meat Puppet, thank you as well. I think it'll be the most awarded game of all time for the Game Awards specifically. I can't speak for DICE and whatever the hell else, or not, the DICE Awards and whatever else, the Golden Joysticks and all that jazz. I can't speak for those ones. But I can certainly speak for the Game Awards. I think that Expedition 33 will be the most awarded game of all time. That's what I'm thinking. But we'll find out. We'll find out in about 3 weeks. And we got Emperor Hound.
Donation.
Oh! My goodness. We got a rare achievement here just for Emperor Hound. Thank you so much, my brother. And Emperor Hound sends in a $5 super chat. He says, going to start screaming this weekend? I'm kidding. I'm going to start streaming this weekend on YouTube. No camera or magnificent mic yet, but working on those, restarting my YouTube career, man. Listen, Emperor Hound. All I can say to you is that doing what I've been doing for this year, I started the channel this year, but I've been on YouTube for about 4 years before that. On other people's channels. The thing is, at the end of the day, you just got to do it. So when I was on those other shows, I had a shitty camera. I had a shitty mic. Well, it wasn't a shitty mic. It was one of those nano, whatever the hell it's called. Can't remember the name of it. It was actually a pretty decent mic, but it wasn't great. Like you have to stick it first. You know what I mean? Like in order to like hear anything, I had to have that muter thing in front because it because of the pop filter, because it was messing all that up. But then when I did my own channel, I said, no, Mag, you can't do this. You can't do this. So I bought a new camera, a good one. I got 3 monitors. I got studio floodlights. I bought a Shure 7MB professional microphone. I got a Volt 2 audio interface. And still constantly improving. Like, it never ends. I've upped, like, the Streamlabs, all the stuff that I'm doing on Streamlabs. Changed all that as well. I've got, as you can see, animated gamer picks now, all that kind of stuff. I know Colt Eastwood has them. That's courtesy of Colt Eastwood, by the way. So, Emperor Hound, if you need help with any of that stuff, reach out to me, dude. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Thank you, brother, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that. So, what I'm thinking is, as you guys know, I've already announced it last week. At the end of this month, I will be launching a new initiative on the channel. It's going to be Friday nights at 8:45 Eastern Standard Time, unless I'm out of town for whatever reason. But what I'm going to be doing is during that show, it's going to be like MAGGCAST. It's going to be called Mixing with Mag, and I'm going to have a guest on every week. It's not going to be guests. I'm not doing panels. I don't like doing panels anymore. I do some of them, like sometimes Mooch calls me on Crossfire or whatever else, and that's fine. We have a good discussion. We have a good time. But like, I like in general, I'm kind of like past the whole like 5 or 6 people, 7 people, 8 people on a panel. It feels like you only get 3 like you get 3 minutes in every hour. You know what I mean? And like you're not getting the proper context of everything that we're discussing because everybody else needs a turn to speak their mind or whatever, right? So you get it in there. But the thing is, let's say you say something, right? And then 7 other people go on their things for like, and like I said, this is not against anybody else who has all the panels or whatever. Some of my favorite friends and content creators all have panels. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying for me personally, I say one thing and then 7 other people start talking. All of a sudden another thought pops in my mind going, oh, they just triggered something else that's really important that I want to say about that's the exact same subject or whatever. And then what happens is, by the time it comes back to you an hour later, the subject is over. And like all those thoughts that you had, you can't get them out. And those were very important thoughts that would have been really enriching to the conversation. As a result of that, 90% of the things that you really wanted to say that would actually make the conversation better, you never get the opportunity to say. And that's why I choose one, like right now. MAGGCAST will always be one person. Me. That's it. MAGGCAST will always be a solo show, period. No ifs, ands, or buts. Mixing with Mag is going to be 2 maximum, me and somebody else. And the reason why for that is, and like I said, I am opening the door, not just to other YouTubers and whatever else and content creators and podcasters. I'm opening the door to anybody out there who wants to talk to me. You never been on YouTube, but you can you got a microphone and a camera and you can sound decent or whatever. You want to talk to me, you can talk to me. I'll put you on there. I'll give you a shot. You know what I mean? And that's how I'm going to operate. Give you 20 minutes. Give you a 20-minute window, half-hour window. Get it on. Get it out there. Get it out there. Let's see if you got what it takes. I'm gonna be like Apollo Creed in the first Rocky movie. You know, giving an opportunity to people. I'm just kidding, but you know what I'm saying. And that's what I'm gonna be doing with that show. So Emperor Hound, if you ever want to get into that kind of thing or whatever else, you reach out to me or whatever. We could do stuff behind the scenes, talk about it, figure it out. I can help you out as much as I can, and then I'll put you on the show and see if you've got it. See if you got what it takes to be on YouTube. Because people think it's really fucking easy, eh? People got really big mouths out there in the streets. They think it's easy just being out there talking and this and that. Oh, he's just sitting in front of a chair talking. You think this is easy? This is not easy. And not everybody's cut out for this kind of thing. You have to have the personality for it. Your mind has to constantly be moving. You got 3 monitors going at the same time. You're trying to read the chat, watch the show, check your analytics, everything else that's going on, clips and all that kind of stuff, music. Sound effects, all these things that are happening. This doesn't just happen. It's a lot of work. So I'm giving that opportunity to people out there to see if you got what it takes to come do this too. Because most people won't do it. Most people won't give you that opportunity. Be like, no, I'm good, man. No, you gotta be, this level, or you have to have this many followers to be on my show, or this and that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say, no, you want that opportunity, you're going to get that opportunity. And it's very interesting. And the thing is, this actually harkens back to my actual career before all this, is that, being an executive chef for damn near 3 decades, is that the very first restaurants I walked into, nobody would hire me. Not one single person would hire me. And the reason why they wouldn't hire me is because I had no experience. And I'm like, but I'm willing to like give me a chance. And nobody would give me a chance. Nobody. And then one day I walked into this restaurant in Vaughan. Some of y'all know where that is. Ion Storm saying, right, we spin plates, man. Yeah, it's true. So here's the thing. I walked in this one restaurant called Big Star Cafe. The chef was there. Big guy. Chef Cunho. He comes out and he's staring at me, right? He's looking down at me because the guy was a friggin' giant. The guy could have been a wrestler. He's staring, looking down at me. He looks me in the face. Looks down at my resume. Didn't even look at the resume because the resume had no restaurants on it. Nothing. All I had there was the chef training schools and all that kind of stuff. He takes the resume, he just throws it on the table. Doesn't even look at it. And he's staring me in the face. And you know what he says to me? He goes, you know what? He goes, you got something. You got something in those eyes of yours. He goes, you're hired. You start tomorrow. I was like, what? And he goes, you're hired. You start tomorrow. He goes, I'm giving you a chance. 2 years later, I was running the restaurant. After he left. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to give you guys that opportunity. You reach out to me. We'll do a little behind the scenes stuff. See if you look good, sound good. And I'll be like, all right. You want to be on? You could do a Mixing with Mag with me. And then intermingled with all that, I'm going to have other people there too. Like I'm going to have Randall Thor. I'll have Colt Eastwood. Maybe I'll get Mooch in there one night. Whoever wants to come around. Maybe I could reach out to Destin Legary, see if Destin Legary wants to do a show with me. Just a little, like, half hour. And the show's not going to be long. It's not going to be like hours long podcast. Like the Xbox 2 podcast, Randall Thor's talking for 6 days. It's only like 40 minutes to an hour every Friday. Just, you know, like a live special event. That's all it's going to be. You want a proper podcast, you go to MAGGCAST. That'll be earlier in the week on the Tuesdays. Unless, of course, I'm out of town for whatever reason. MAGGCAST will be a proper podcast for several hours, whatever else. Emperor Hound is saying not new. You know what I mean? So, like, yeah, you know what I mean? If I can get, like, Destin on there for, like, half hour or whatever, just to shoot the breeze, whatever, talk about a couple of important things, then he's on his way. And then I close off the show on my own. Like I said, the show will only be about 40 minutes to an hour. It's a special event that's going to happen every Friday. Mixing with Mag, just doing that, and that's all there is to it. So we'll be doing that. That's going to be going on the channel. I'm going to check out that game, Dark Light, by the way. It looks pretty cool. So in the chat, I didn't see you guys answer, by the way, about best multiplayer. I still think it's going to be up between Arc Raiders and Battlefield 6. I want your answers in the chat immediately. Now, another one that's interesting, another category that's interesting, and I don't have an answer for this, is Best Indie Game. This is going to be an interesting category as well. The Man with a Million, that's right, Citizen Cyber. Cerebral Paul, you could be a guest on. Of course you can. Seth Monster saying Arc Raiders. That's good. All right, let's see if anybody's got any Battlefield 6 love out there over Arc Raiders. Buck Roger. All right, we got another Arc Raiders in the chat. I think it's going to be Arc Raiders by a nose because Battlefield 6 is nothing to shake a stick at. That's a fantastic multiplayer game. But everybody's got a massive hard-on for this Arc Raiders, so, you know, we'll see. We shall see. Okay, so yeah, so while you guys are putting your answers in the chat there for best multiplayer, let's talk about the best independent game. You've got some winners in here, folks. And people are like, will literally stand by this. Viper. Literal Table saying Battlefield 6. Interesting. Yes, Kit. Absolutely, we're going to be playing Call of Duty Zombies with the Maggots. Absolutely. At the end of this week and on, we're going to be doing that. When I get back in town, I'm going to be on XNC tonight with Colt. When I get back in town, Thursday night, I will be doing MAGGCAST, and then Friday and on, we're back on the Call of Duty multiplayer with the community. I'll put an announcement out there so everybody knows what's going on. Best indie game. Listen to these titles here, folks. I don't think that I guess it could be. Hollow Knight, Silk Song, Hades 2. Hades, yeah. Is Hades 2 considered an independent game? I don't know. Expedition 33. Even them, I mean, I know it was a small studio. They still had like a dozen studios help out with the game, too. I don't know if I call that independent. Blueprints? Yes. Ball versus Pit? Yes. Absolute, never heard of that game. To be quite honest, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Lethal Napkin is in the house. Haven't seen you in a minute. How you doing, brother? Best independent game. Absalom, like I said, never heard. Ball versus Pit, whatever the hell you want to call it. Blueprints. You got Expedition 33, Hades 2, Silk Song. This is the category where I don't think that Expedition 33 is going to win because I think that the people voting on it are going to like try and vote in another game that's not Expedition 33. Because don't forget, the people that are doing these, the people who are voting on these, probably voted for Expedition 33 in like 7 other categories. Now they're going to get down here and they go, Christ almighty, again with this Expedition 33 independent game. They're going to pick something else because it's human nature. Don't forget, not always does something that wins doesn't always deserve to win or needs to win. Don't forget that these people are human beings as well. And they do have thoughts and feelings about these things. And they're looking at it and they're like, well, they can't just objectively look at everything. In their mind, they're going to be looking at it and they're saying, you know, I nominated Clerics, or I voted for Expedition 33 in 6 other categories or 7 other categories. In their minds, they're like, I need to balance this out a little bit. Even if it does deserve to win, people in their minds will still do that. And as a result of that, I think they're going to pick a different game. I think it's going to be between Blueprints, Silk Song, and D's Nuts, whatever. Balls versus Pit. Yeah, Literal Table, of course you can join. Dude, when I open it up, it's first come, first serve. Channel members get first dibs. That's for sure. That's part of the perks of being a member. And top tier maggots, you don't get a choice. If a top tier maggot shows up, they get first dibs on everything. That's one of the perks I put in the as a channel member. Top tier maggots, whenever I'm online multiplayer, they get top priority. It's kind of like getting a fast pass at Disney World. Top tier maggots get the fast pass from Disney World. You get it right there. Exactly. See, Emperor Hound gets it. He's saying, yeah, there's no such thing as a complete unbiased process when it comes to human beings. Exactly. And that's what I'm trying to say. I think at some point they're going to say, hey, man, listen, I've been, you know, like the Expedition 33 is basically wiping the floor with everything, especially the way I've been voting for all the different categories and this and that. Eventually they're going to get to a point where they're going to be like, I need to balance it out a little bit, otherwise it's going to be a little ridiculous. And then they're going to start facing some heat. Best independent game, I think it might be up to those other ones. I'll give a better chance to Blueprints, Ball versus Pit, and Silk Song. That's what I'm thinking. Best debut indie game, speaking of which, I think it'll be between these two, Expedition 33 again, and then Blueprints. Blueprints may... I don't know. I think Expedition 33 takes that one, guys. I'm really pissed off about Content Creator of the Year, by the way. That should have been me.
Yeah!
Content Creator of the Year. Like, who the hell are these people? Moist Critical? Sounds like a sex move. Like, what are we talking about here? You know what I mean? Ridiculous. The other one that I think is kind of silly, there's a silly category in here, and we'll wrap this up shortly. Most anticipated, I gotta say, I mean... Most anticipated. First of all, Witcher 4. Witcher 4 is not coming out next year. Why do you even put that in the category? I think that's stupid. I honestly think, and you guys know it, Ball Pit, yeah, is great and portable. That's what Seth Monster's saying for Ball versus Pit there. Moist Critical is based? I know, it just sounds like, you know, sounds like the kind of thing that I would have to say pause right after. Thank you, kid. I appreciate that. But he's no mag. Oh, my goodness. You guys are hilarious. Oh, Citizen, Lethal. You guys are funny. Top Gamer, did I even say hi to you yet today? I'm not even sure. But anyways, why the hell is Witcher 4 even in there? Witcher 4 is not coming out in 2026. So why would you even bother put that in the name? And the reason why I say that is because the other 5 games in the category are all coming out next year. Presumably. Grand Theft Auto 6. They're not going to delay it again. It's coming out in November. Hell or High Water, it's coming out in November. Resident Evil Requiem, February. 007 First Light, March. And The Witcher, and Marvel's Wolverine, somewhere between, my guess would be September. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. So we're going to find out. So that makes a lot of sense. Like I would say, Grand Theft Auto, Resident Evil, First Light, Wolverine. You know what they could have put there instead? Forza Horizon 6. What about Gears E-Day? Maybe Forza more so than Gears. I mean, I'm looking forward to Gears more than I am Forza. And no, this is not some like Xbox copium bullshit. I'm being serious. Witcher 4 is not coming out in 2026. Why did you put it in that category? It's stupid. It may not even come out in 27. It may not even come out in 28. Why are you putting that in that category? You should have saved it for a game. You should have saved it for a game that's actually coming out in 2026, or at least presumed to be. Like, for example, Gears or Forza. And again, once again, I know that it sounds like Xbox copium. Trust me, I'm no fan of that. I'm no fan of Microsoft. But I like Xbox games. Right? I think that Forza Horizon 6 in Japan is going to be a monster deal. It's coming out multi-platform. It's going to sell like gangbusters on the PS5. It's going to sell gangbusters on Xbox and PC and Game Pass on top of it. I think that Forza Horizon 6 is not being taken seriously enough. And of course, it's what everybody's been bitching and begging about for years. Japan. What are we talking about here? This game should have been that should be in the most anticipated game of the year list. Gears Z-Day, I'm very excited for. As long as it's a return to form from like Gears 3 and even Gears Judgment. Gears 4 and 5, whatever. I played them, I finished them. I had really no love for those games. The gameplay and the graphics were outstanding. Hivebusters was the best thing, actually. I should say that. Hivebusters was an outstanding game, even though it was like, whatever you want to call it, an addition. But it was an outstanding game. I loved it. Gears 4 and 5, to me, not great. The Gears Reloaded was fantastic. I love that. And I loved Hivebusters. I thought it was fantastic. You give us more of that, like with Gears Z-Day, you got a major winner on your hands. However, I think that Forza Horizon 6 is more of the universal game there. That should have been in the most anticipated, not excuse my language, not Witcher 4 that's not even coming out this generation. Give me a break. That was a stupid move. I also don't think that Death Stranding 2, by the way, moving on, I don't think that best action adventure game, I don't think that Death Stranding 2 is an action game. I don't think that really needed to be put in an action adventure game. It's not an action adventure game. It's an experience, but it's certainly not action adventure. Silk Song, okay. Ghost of Yotei, okay. Indiana Jones, okay. Split Fiction, absolutely. I think they could have put something else there instead of Death Stranding 2. I don't think that Death Stranding 2 is really considered action adventure. Yeah, the Bean. Hey, Bean, how's it going, buddy? Haven't seen you. He said Hivebusters was fantastic. It was a hell of a lot of fun. Yeah, Hivebusters was in my opinion, Hivebusters was better than Gears 4 and 5 combined. I'm not saying they were bad games. They were technically not bad games. The shooting was great. The graphics were great. The movement was great. All that kind of stuff. The traversal was great. I just didn't like it. Just was boring and not interesting. Gears 4, half of the game was fighting those damn droidicas from like Star Wars Episode 1. The balls rolling around and then you transform. I'm shooting robots half the game. I'm like, what is this, man? And the story, like, come on. Game on Jesse, how you doing, buddy? Indy's saying I'm actually excited for 007 the next year. Yeah, me too. I think 007 is going to be a great game. I really do believe that. Anyways, back to Best Action Adventure. I think that they could have taken Death Stranding out of there. That's just me. What would you replace it with? Not really sure. Not really sure. It just doesn't seem... Maybe they ran out of ideas. Maybe that's why it's in there. Maybe... You guys have a better idea? Anybody have a better idea out there in the chat of what would be a better action-adventure game than Death Stranding 2? Because I don't think that... I think that Death Stranding is one of those sort of, like, meditative experiences. You know what I mean? But anyways, that's just me. That's just me. RPG, Avowed? No, that's not going to win. Expedition 33. Ooh, see, this is going to be hard. This is going to be a tough one. Monster Hunter Wilds will not win. Outer Worlds 2 will not win. It's going to be between Expedition 33 and Deliverance and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Now, the people, like I said before, the people that have played Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 are saying it's a absolutely amazing game. It's an absolutely amazing game. So I'm like, all right, well, you got a great game on your hands. That's one, but you still got that juggernaut that's coming through that door with Expedition 33. It's going to be hard to stop that one. It's going to be hard to stop that one, man. Buck Rogers saying replace Death Stranding 2 with Power Wash Simulator 2. There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Why do you say this to me when you know I will kill you for it?
Thank you, Zod. I think that best RPG is going to be between Expedition 33 and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. But at the end of the day, I think that Expedition 33 is going to wipe the floor with that one. It's you know what I mean? It's going to be whatever. Best family game, Donkey Kong's going to win, even though I think Split Fiction. I played both. I own Donkey Kong Bonanza, and obviously I own Split Fiction. I think that Split Fiction is by far the superior game than Donkey Kong Bonanza. But Donkey Kong's going to win because it's Nintendo. That's just the way I see it. Of course, when they do all the esports awards, that's usually when I go to the fridge to grab more beer and snacks. And then, of course, we're going to get to the final one before we sign off for the day, folks. Is we got to get to the game of the year. I'm a little surprised by... Now, I know people have played it saying it's a great game. Hades 2 is in there. A little surprised by that. I'm actually surprised that Ghost of Yotei wasn't in the place of Hades 2, to be quite honest. I'm not surprised. I was actually a little bit surprised that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 was on that list. I know, like I said, I just finished talking about how the people who did play it say it's a fantastic game and they're one of their favorite RPGs of all time. So that there is that. I'm a little surprised that Ghost of Yotei did not make that list. But hey, like I said, just me. Because you know always one Sony game always makes its way in there. You know how it goes. Right? But this year, no. Nor any Xbox games. However, as I said before, we'll get into this in just a minute. Claire Obscure, we got Expedition 33, that's going to win. Hades 2, not going to win. Donkey Kong, not going to win. It's not that good. And listen, man, Donkey Kong is not a bad game. It's a great game. But it's not game of the year. Like, it shouldn't even be in the conversation. I think they just threw that in there because it's Nintendo. Silk Song, pretty much more of the same of the other one. Of Hollow Knight. Death Stranding 2, we're going to talk about that in a minute. Death Stranding 2 is on that list. And then, of course, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Yeah, I'm a little bit... Now, here's the thing. And I told you guys this before, is that from now, I mark my words right now, from now until December 11th, the toxic fanboys from both sides are going to be fighting about Death Stranding 2. Is it considered a PlayStation game or is it considered a third-party game? It hasn't been announced for anything else yet, but based on history, it will make its way to Xbox and whatever else, right? It will. It just will. Kojima owns it, not Sony. But the arguments probably have already commenced. I bet you if you go to Twitter after, now that they're announced or whatever else, and now that Ghost of Yotei, let's face that, now that Ghost of Yotei is not nominated, I think that a lot of those guys are going to claim Death Stranding 2 as one of theirs. Yo, what's up, Muhammad? How you doing, buddy? Oh, dude, yeah, no, we've been talking about it. Yeah, Muhammad, we've been talking about Black Ops 7. I'll get into that comment in a minute. So that's what's going to be happening. It's going to be an argument for the next 3 weeks that Death Stranding 2 is some people are going to say it's a PlayStation game or it counts as a PlayStation game, and then there's going to be other people who are saying it doesn't count as a PlayStation game. And that's going to be the argument that's going to be going on for weeks. You watch. Yeah, there you go. I has Peppers. It's pretty much saying, yeah, it's more PlayStation at the moment just due to release dates. Sure. It's not available anywhere else just yet. It will be. But the fighting is going to start, and I'm there for it. I'm there for it. I'm not going to get involved. I just like watching it from afar with my bowl of popcorn and just be like, look at these idiots. But anyway, it doesn't matter. They can do whatever they're going to do. Meat Puppet drops another $5 super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much. Meat Puppet, you are an amazing supporter of the channel. Thank you, my friend. And he says, for his $5 super chat, he says, I can't believe Avowed didn't get nominated. It was a good game. All right? You have every right to feel that way. However, versus these games, I don't think that Avowed stood a chance. If you look at these titles and the weight behind these titles, regardless of what I just said about Donkey Kong Bonanza, I said, listen, it's not a bad game. I played it. It's a good game. But to me, it's not a game of the year kind of game. But come on. When you're talking about the new Donkey Kong game versus Avowed, those people voting, there's like in their mind, there's no chance. That Avowed has no chance. You know what I mean? And then you've got the other ones, Expedition 33, Hades 2, yeah, that, like, you know, Silk Song, Death Stranding, Kingdom Come. I don't know, man. Those are some pretty heavy hitters right there. I don't think that Avowed really had a chance. Like I said, again, that's nothing against the game. And that's nothing against Meat Puppet. That's nothing against, your enjoyment of Avowed, right? But, yeah, Emperor Hound, you're right. It's nothing to take away against that, against your enjoyment of Avowed. But I'm just saying, against these kind of heavy hitters, the people voting, they won't even put Avowed in the same conversation, I think. Hey, Eddie, what's going on? You are late. But, you know, you get one of these.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
There you go. We got Eddie in the house. He was the one I was talking about actually earlier in the show. We were talking about some stuff the other night. Eddie, I brought you up the other night. Oates is saying Expedition 33 was his game of the year. Yeah, everybody's going to have a different game of the year. Or maybe a lot of people are going to have the same. Xbox X Lord Chaos 78. That sounds so devastatingly big of a name. I've played and finished Avowed and truly believe I'm assuming you said it didn't. It didn't get the fair shake it deserves. Fair enough. For me, I didn't play Outer Worlds 2 yet, but for me, on the Xbox side of the world, I still think that South of Midnight was their best game this year. Even over Doom, as controversial as that sounds. And I reviewed both games. And played through them multiple times. And Doom was a great game. I just think that and Avowed didn't really connect with me. It was more of a Colt Eastwood kind of game. That's like the kind of game I like to call it that. The Colt Eastwood games. It's like the kind of games that he likes to play. And I like RPGs. It's just that I just don't like their RPGs. But either way, doesn't matter. Like I said, we could talk about this till we're blue in the face. Everybody's going to have different opinions as to what their favorite games are and everything else or whatever. You know, everyone's going to have a different one. I know, yeah, like i500. I can't speak on multiplayer just yet. I'm just saying from my personal experience, getting to like Battlefield 6, Battlefield 6 is absolutely my multiplayer game of the year, but that's only because I only put an hour and a half into Arc Raiders. Once I really dive deep into Arc Raiders and let it get its hooks in me, then I can make that decision and say, you know what? I actually still think that whatever, Battlefield 6 is better. Or I'm like, you know what? I'm a true believer. Arc Raiders is the bee's knees. It was better than Battlefield 6 or whatever. But until I get that time under my belt, I'm not going to be able to say anything about that. Game on Jesse, very interesting choice. Listen to this. He says South of Midnight and Mafia were his favorite games of the year. Excellent. Oh, Kit, I decided to stream early because of the Game Awards nominations. I'm like, well, the Game Awards nominations are going on. I can't do MAGGCAST tomorrow. It's got to wait till Thursday. And I'm like, hell with it. I'm just going to go live now. So here we are. But anyways, we are going to wrap it up because I do have to I have to do a couple of errands or whatever before I've got XNC tonight with Colt Eastwood. So I will be back on the mic at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight with Colt Eastwood on his channel, not my channel. Yes, Cerebral Paul, Mafia didn't get the love it deserved, and it did have some kick-ass voice acting, except for that one woman. She sucked, but whatever. You know the one I'm talking about. With the fake Italian accent. Like, you couldn't find somebody who sounded better? She sounded like someone pretending to be Italian. It was ridiculous. It was awful. But anyways, that was just one person. The rest of the voice acting, outstanding. You know what, Mohammed? I'm very interested to see what happens with that as well. Oates, what do you mean you just got here? I started an hour and 40 minutes ago. You're going to have to go back and rewind. Yeah, see, Xbox Lord. I'm just going to call you Xbox Lord because it's easier to say. He's like, Arc Raiders is that game that digs its claws in you and hooks you like a bag of dope. Yeah, see, that's what I keep hearing. And because I've only put an hour and a half into it, because I've been pouring all my time into Battlefield 6, I had to do my review for Battlefield 6. So I did that. The review is already out. Go check it out. I actually really enjoyed doing that video. It's about 16 minutes long. But now I'm also working on my review for Black Ops 7. I don't, and anybody who knows my channel, I don't review games when they come out. I usually wait 3 weeks to a month after the game comes out. And the reason for that is that I wanted to marinate and sit there and really get the full feeling of the game instead of these guys who like they pound through the game in like a day and a half and then they give a review. That's not an accurate review. I don't give a shit what anybody says. And I don't care that every single news media outlet in the world does that. It's not an accurate review. You can't pound through a game on 3 hours sleep in a day and a half and then do your review. It's not accurate. I just feel it's not accurate. I think that you need to take your time, that's why I call it marinated reviews with Mag. Let it marinate in your mind. Sit on it. Meditate on it, sleep on it, go back to it, play it again, finish it, roll credits, sit on it a little longer, go do something else, then go back to it, and that's when you really feel, that's when you get the full feeling of that game. That's the only way you could do that. When you see a movie, you see a movie. It's just a movie. 2 hours, bing, bang, boom, you're gone. Or as the Brits would say, bish, bash, bosh. Right? You go see a movie and that's it. There's nothing else to it. But video games are an interactive art form. As a result of that, your experiences change on a daily basis. As a result of that, you can't just blaze through a game, snort 3 lines of coke, and then not sleep for 2 days and get your review out. That's stupid. Should be at least a month. So that's how I do my reviews. So I'm in the middle of my Black Ops 7 review right now because I did the Battlefield 6 one. I'm doing my Black Ops 7 review. I'm working on that as well. And then Arc Raiders, I'm going to sort of slip in there whenever I can. And then, of course, I'm also doing community gaming, with the channel members and everything else on Black Ops, which we're having a blast doing. I can't wait to get back into that. We had such a good night that night. And we're going to do that again on Friday. So that being the case, Arc Raiders just keeps falling by the wayside. However, when I do get into it, Arc Raiders seems like the kind of game that's not dying off. It seems like the kind of game that if it continues along this trajectory, it's going to be the kind of game that's going to be around for like years. So I don't feel like I'm missing anything. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not feeling that like that instant need to like, oh my God, I better do it while it's hot. Game on Jesse's like, start from the top, Mag. We missed most of the show. All right, let me checks notes. Let me check the script. No script on this channel, baby. It's all up here. Hey, Grim, how's it going, buddy? Ah, yes. 3 a.m. in Romania. I know, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry, Eddie, but it is what it is. Yeah, because I'm on Eastern Standard Time. Wacko Games in the house. People tend to like games more when they take a break and play it a second time. Rushing review is not good. Thank you very much, Wacko Games. That is my philosophy, and that is why I don't release these reviews when they come out. Even when I get a review code. When I get a review code, I'm like, cool, thank you. I'll get to the review when I get to the review. Because, like I said, I like to do it. I like to play the games through multiple times on multiple different occasions, as opposed to, oh shit, I have to get this game done and a review in 72 hours. What is that? You're not gonna get a proper breakdown of of everything the game has to offer. That's ridiculous. That's right, Emperor Hound. Right off the top of the Chrome Dome. Kid is asking me when I do a room tour. I don't know. I'll do one eventually. I gotta add some more things to the room, and then I'll do one later on. But either way. Okay, guys. So like I said, I gotta head off. Thank you guys so much for all the support today. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
You guys were incredible today. Thank you so much for all of it. And I appreciate every single one of you and all the support that comes through. Super chats, member chats, everything else. And of course, channel members. All of you guys, absolutely amazing. Yeah, Eddie, go back on my channel. You'll see my Battlefield 6 review. So go on my channel and go into the videos. You'll see the videos there. My Battlefield 6 review is in there. Put a comment in there, Eddie, so I know it's you that after you saw it. I even put gameplay in there and everything. It was awesome. So anyways, okay, I got to go I'm not going to take a break. I got to go run out and I got to do some errands. And then I'll be back on the mic 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Colt Eastwood's channel tonight to do XNC. So thank you guys for joining me today for the Game Awards nominations. It was fun. And then we will see you guys all tonight on XNC. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you tonight. Bye now. Stay magnificent.